Hello, hello. Hello to my subscribers, and welcome to the first exclusive content for you in my newsletter. Today is National Inspire Your Heart with Art Day, and so that is the impetus for this video in particular. And today I thought I would go through and talk about the first few stages of my process in the studio and what I do in preparation for making a painting, as well as a few of my go-to tools that I utilize. So, what I have here is a panel of 1/4 inch birch, and I have already sealed this panel. What I use to seal any panel that I work on or any supports that I'm building is I use Behr external house paint. It's 100% acrylic, so it lends itself well to my process and my medium. So I use that to seal it, and then what I do after the wood is sealed, I go through with my Dremel and I start making grooves and textural components, forms and figures, potentially horizon lines, guide markers, and the like across the picture plane. Uh, One of the most important things to me as a painter is texture, history, that presence that is created through preparation and through the buildup of those layers of texture. So that's what I do. I have, for this panel, I have created 2 horizon lines in the upper half quadrant of the picture plane there, and then as well as a few organic forms with the Dremel. So that is really how it starts for me. A lot of you know already that I make my own acrylic paint from scratch, um, using a variety of different mediums and either a quick drying or a slow drying or a thickening agents as well. So what I have here today is black and some white, as well as some deep sea blue, deep sea green, and a lovely rust color, as well as some earth tones and some sky blues over there. That process can take quite a while to make paint. Not as long as it used to. I used to grind it up mortar and pestle style. I no longer have time for that. But I do still love that process of making my own paint. So I buy the dry pigments and I buy the liquid pigments, and then I combine those with my mediums and I make my own acrylic paint from there. So a few of the go-to tools that I have in the studio are my 5-in-1 blade, very useful to me, as well as a spackle knife, used to push and pull the paint around, scrape it away, as well as apply extra layers. Some of my favorite brushes that I use, I have these large brushes, flat there, and a filbert. I typically enjoy the flat or the filbert brushes. I have a couple calligraphy brushes. These are rooster tail calligraphy brushes that I use in creating the prose that you see written across many of my paintings. When it comes right down to it though, the workhorse in my process is the chip brush. And that is really because I'm more concerned about utility and the marks that I can create more than the price tag of the tool. So, really, when it comes down to it, I'll use anything I can find to make marks. I'll use stirring sticks. Sometimes I'll grab a piece of plexi. That can lend itself pretty well to making marks. Finger painting, palm painting, using my knuckles. Really, the more important part of the process is that presence, the texture, the history that is created over layers of work and painting. So, when I begin painting, that is a very chaotic and automatic sort of moment in the process. There is a quickness to the marks that I am attracted to in abstract painting. And so the marks, the brushstrokes will extend past the picture plane, and that creates that movement that I strive for. Once those initial stages of mark making are complete, there are a series of drying periods, resting periods, and that is a very enjoyable step in the process for me, because I get to sort of go back in and rework the paint and fully take control of it. It becomes a symbiotic process of the chaos with the order, and it's very cathartic to me. I enjoy it a lot. And so I have a series of awls that I use. This is one of my favorites, to go back in and start making marks in the semi-dry clay-like acrylic paint. I will sometimes use this bamboo calligraphy fountain pen as well to either scrape away the paint or fill I sometimes fill the reservoir and also write with that tool. Right. So one of the mediums that I then apply to the surface is sodium silicate, and that is a quick drying agent, an alchemical agent that really it dries the paint quickly. Subsequent layers dry very fast, and so I'm able to scrape away and create beautiful cracked textures across the painted surface. One of the examples of that happening, let's see if I can find one in the studio. Ah, yes. I had to track down one small enough to show you, but on this particular painting, you will see that I have gone back and scraped away some layers of paint and revealed what is underneath. And that is facilitated by the quick drying agents that I apply to the surface of the painting. When I mentioned the calligraphy fountain pen, I also, to write my prose, I also use very small brushes occasionally on smaller paintings, such as this one here. If you'll see the black writing there, that was created with a very small brush. And so that sort of happens in that middle stage where the paint is drying, where it's very clay-like. I can mold it, I can push it around, I can scrape it away. It creates that rich texture and history in my work. If I want the paint to act more like oil, I can apply molding paste and some slow drying mediums. It really comes down to my intent in the process. So yeah, that pretty much covers the first few stages of my painting process, and that concludes this video of exclusive content for you, my subscribers. More to come. So please tell your friends, tell your family about my newsletter, and have them subscribe. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.